What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess locked us in a basement, we eventually died, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? I'm not so sure about that. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? You do see it, right? I don't know how to read you. But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question. That's not actually a bad idea. No blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time. No blade. I hope you know what you're getting us into. See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. Good point. That really explains almost everything. You know, you're right, but it explains almost everything. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me. Well, you're the boss. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done. Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there were a mirror in this cabin and we were supposed to look at it, he would have told us about it. Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here. I see all sorts of things. Help me out here, will you? Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone. It's pretty squalid in here, don't you think? Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Fine. You're the boss. That's no fair. How would she know that? So, you really don't remember us, do you? Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? You fought us on it back in the woods. Is it all behind us? Well, that leaves us at a stalemate. But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time. She can't even hear you. Why are you trying to brown-nose her? She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I, abstain? Luckily for us, you're not her. I thought it was nice. What? No, come on, that's not right. What the hell is going on? In for a penny, right? Why not? We don't have to fight so dirty. Are we? At the bottom of the barrel? Are we? At the bottom of the barrel? None of us ever said we stopped fighting. Wait, what's going on? No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Excuse me, what? We know. We can see them. Shit. What do we do? What do we do? I, for one, think this is a perfectly reasonable situation to be scared in. This is starting to hurt. I don't want to die like this. I think you misread the situation. At least she isn't going to make something of herself either. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. We're armed and she's not. What's she going to do? Bite us when we're not looking? Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. Just go first. What is she doing? Eyes on the back of her head. Does she really? Wait, I thought we were helping her escape. Why would she do that? She wants to leave, which means we need to work together, and she knows that. She wouldn't just act against her best interests. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I don't follow. Oh no? No, not again! Why isn't he saying anything? You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. Why did you just say that? Wait, why won't we be getting up? We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? Have you considered not being like that? And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin. How? Our back is broken. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? That's not... Okay, that's actually a good point. There's just one problem with that. She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Wait, are we both just stuck here? Is that really what's going to happen now? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next? Shit. What do we do? It's the same thing. I, for one, think this is a perfectly reasonable situation to feel scared in. This place is getting awful tight. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Well, you seem to be great at it. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Ooh, smart. Let's apologise, get us back on the right foot. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did. That is an exceptionally good point. Also a good point. I'm not brown-nosing anyone. I'm just taking a fair and balanced approach and hearing out everything that everyone has to say. If she's in the wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about. Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her. A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? Oh, hey, that someone is me. And yes, you're right. That is exactly what I would do. I told you! I told you this is what she was going to do. Very pragmatic. That is why you're in charge. We're getting out of here and saving our skins. That's what's going on. See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us. So much for finding an easy way out. I can't believe you're making us work for it. A woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams. Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back. Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back. Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise. We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher, and once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? That's nice and all, but are we winning? We're establishing a newer, better pecking order. Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. We should probably get back to stabbing. The only way out of this is through her, right? This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me. That is extremely not us. We're just doing what we're told and making the best out of a difficult situation. That one made me feel bad inside. I don't want people to think we're scared. Nobody likes someone who's scared of things. You know, I don't think she's actually a go-getter at all. I think we may have misread the situation. Everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is that we can move on from them together with no hard feelings. Ugh, we're never going to make something of ourselves with that attitude. Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie. I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie. No, we're fine. It's time, boys! Stab her in the back! Do it! Do it now! Of course we're not. You didn't buy all that noise I was putting down, did you? I was just waiting for a moment for us to strike. She has it in for us, you know. You do realise that she hates us, right? If we don't make the first move now, she's going to find a way to make the first move herself. I don't know. If I were her, I'd betray us. Look at me right now, suggesting betrayal. You really need to learn to put yourself in someone else's shoes. I don't know. If I were her, I'd betray us. Look at me right now, suggesting betrayal. You really need to learn to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And that's a great idea. See, this is why you're in charge and I'm not. You think things through. You stick to your guns. It shows real leadership, and more people should be like you. And that's a great idea. See, this is why you're in charge and I'm not. You think things through. You stick to your guns. It shows real leadership, and more people should be like you. Wow, you said exactly the thing I imagined you would say as soon as you heard my brilliant plan. This whole day is a dream come true, really. Oh, you're no fun. But at least you get how important it is that we leave this basement at the top of the pecking order. Would you look at that? No need to thank me. But, please, do thank me. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. Us? No, never. Just keep your eyes peeled when you get out of the basement, if you catch my drift. Oh, you'll know it when you see it. Us? No, never. I can't believe she'd even suggest that. The gall. It's the blade, isn't it? I was going to tell you to grab it once we got upstairs. That's the whole keep your eyes peeled thing, and then you would have stabbed her in the back, and we would have been on the top of the pecking order. It's the blade, isn't it? I was going to tell you to grab it once we got upstairs. That was the whole keep your eyes peeled thing, and then you would have stabbed her in the back, and we would have been winners. Locked in the basement, I thought for sure she was just going to stab us. Maybe not stabbing her in the back wasn't such a great idea. Maybe not stabbing her in the back wasn't such a great idea. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. That's exactly what I'm worried about. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. But I think we know why. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. It's what I would have done. Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. At least we can all agree that it was a good idea to make her go first. Well, she was going to betray us, wasn't she? And we struck first. But we gave it our all. No regrets. Besides, she's got to have it as bad as us, right? See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!" See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, "Now pick up the blade and stab her in the back." And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us." And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Because then you'd have had to lie to her, and you're a terrible liar. Because then you'd have had to lie to her, and you're a terrible liar. Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me. Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me. And what's that? Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us. Ho ho! So she does have it as bad as us. I think he's gone. That's fine. We'll just leave. This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me. This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill herself just to spite me. That is extremely not us. We're just doing what we're told, and making the best out of a difficult situation. We didn't even try to kill her. We just left her here. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. I can't believe she actually stabbed us. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. She hates us. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. Twice, actually. Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. Because that's worked out great so far. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Trust in what plan? So you knew this could happen. I don't know if I'd say everyone. We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. Yeah, why didn't you mention the mirror? So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? It went away when we touched it last time. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do. It's 2 against 1. You don't count. Because he's clearly not one of us. You're the one who got us here. If you weren't doing so much scheming, maybe we could have formed a genuine connection. Maybe we could have fixed things. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us. Why? We finally gained her trust. That took a lot of work. Why? We finally gained her trust. That took a lot of work. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. We've already given him a chance at redemption. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. Can we actually do that? And? Are you making fun of us? He's making fun of us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. We've already made our decision. It sure feels like it. She looks so sad, bleeding and alone. And we're just turning our back on her. And we don't have any way to cut through them. It's no use. Even if we grab it, we won't be able to pull it back out of there. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was, and am, on the right side of that argument. Ho ho! A visionary. I like it. Tell me more. I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? You know, Maybe you're right, in which case I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Someone's in the know. Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say. I've already picked a side, our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement. Yes, good, playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. My friend, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. The decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to violence here, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Maybe we won her over last time, who knows? If that's what you think is best. Are you talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Well, it's not here, and if she has it... Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side. I still don't get his angle here. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Yeah, we can't go around looking dishevelled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. And why shouldn't he count? That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say. Here's her easy to fake. Don't let her get to you. She's resorting to desperate tactics, which means we're winning. Hey! Welcome to the winning team. Figures. I wouldn't trust her, so why would she trust us? I think there are a lot of other people worth pointing fingers at before you go blaming me. I'm just looking out for our best interests. Did you forget she stabbed us last time? I think there are a lot of other people worth pointing fingers at before you go blaming me. I'm just looking out for our best interests. Did you forget that she stabbed us last time? She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Sorry boys, it looks like we've got our tiebreaker. Sorry boys, looks like we've got our tiebreaker. Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. That's right, what he said. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? Please. I think he actually likes romance. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really. This is even better than stabbing her. The same reward without any of that nasty effort. We'll live with it just fine. Besides, she'll get over it. Oh, stop trying to bring morality into this. There are winners in life and there are losers, and what matters is that right now, we've decided to be a winner. Okay, new plan. We re-befriend the princess, get the blade, and all of us leave here together as friends. She wouldn't. Take it. Take it now, before she swallows it out of spite. It's better than letting her eat it and losing it forever. She actually did it. But extremely not good for us. But we're all losers now. Nobody wins. Nobody. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future. Gladly, my dear fellow, by cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. There might just be a kernel of affection in that angry, angry heart. It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her. Maybe you do need to worry about me after all. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her. You can't stop all of us, you villain. There isn't a plan, and that's the whole point. We're supposed to be guided by emotion. We're supposed to passionately live in the moment, and I'm sure that when the time comes, those passions will tell us to set our darling princess free. Even though we were stabbed in the heart, it doesn't mean that we don't still have one. She'll come around, just like we did. He's a bummer, isn't he? All doom this and doom that. There's more to the world than how and when it will end. Love is what makes everything worth doing. I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think. But she's the other way. Don't abandon our destiny. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place, and that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart a-flutter? We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. I see that the lines have been drawn. Look at the regret in those beautiful eyes. She is our shining star, and you have brought her to tears. How could you say such cruelties? I remember, and I'd do it all again. I'd gladly take 1,000 knives to save her just once. We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness. Oh, you scoundrel! Ha! We're not going to make it. This is what we deserve. Better we trap ourselves in this eternal moment than have her blood on our hands. We still managed to get our romantic end, in a way. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her! Kiss her now before the moment ends! You should have kissed her, you fool! It was the perfect moment! You know as well as I do that we can. Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss? Come on now, this is the big moment! You can do better than that. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn an innocent like her to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better. It's even more cruel, if you ask me, leaving an incredible soul like hers to languish forever in pain and alone. How can we bear to live with the guilt? It's what we deserve after everything we've done. It's romantic, even. We got our beautiful ending after all, tragic as it may be. Good for her. Such a decisive woman. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I'm with him. If our previous encounters have taught us anything, it's that freeing her is a bad idea. I'm with him. If our previous encounters have taught us anything, it's that freeing her is a bad idea. Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest. You're damn right. You need two to break a cycle of violence, and if she's not playing the same game as us, we've got to go back to treating her like an enemy. I'm not sure I buy that. Everything has to end eventually. If it takes years to get out of there and supposedly end the world, then we've bought everyone that time, and all without having to murder anybody in the process. Not that she's innocent, but murder is unpleasant and risky. It could be a better solution for everyone. Great! Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Good choice. Flip the table. Let's get out of here. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. Yeah, it counts for something. He's either a liar or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules. Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us. Figures. I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. I'll be damned. She really gave it to us. I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. And besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. I'm out. Whatever you do, don't let her out of there. It's not going to end well for anyone. Oh, can it, will you? I'm not happy to be here. This is just the only move that was still worth making. The game's over. We shouldn't have pushed her so hard. Give it up and leave her here. It's not like she can go anywhere on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. Those damn vines are going to stop us just like they stopped her. Of course, like we should have expected it to turn out any other way. It's funny, really. I'm laughing. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. Almost feels like we're as bad as the powers that be. Is that all it really took to twist us into yet another tyrant? A single ounce of control? It's only fair. We were going to leave her with no way out. She's returning the kindness. She's better at this game than we are. She wins if she gets what she wants. And it looks like what she wanted was this.